Couples who cook together don't always eat together.
And couples who build furniture together sometimes need separate rooms after.
Here's the thing. Therapy isn't just for when your relationship's in trouble. Regain Couples Therapy by BetterHelp helps you keep the little stuff, like burnt pasta or wobbly bookshelves, from becoming big stuff. Connect with a licensed therapist online, anytime, anywhere, together.
Visit regain.com. Better relationships start here.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, October 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
Welcome to the Backpacking Listeners Podcast, brought to you by the undisputed champion of ultralight quilts, Enlightened Equipment. Lighten your load at enlightenedequipment.com. With me today is a man who thinks trash collectors don't need any training because they pick things up as they go along. Ben McAuliffe.
Oh my gosh. Hey, how's it going?
You don't have to give me a courteous laugh, Ben. It's okay.
I love my trash guy. He's a good guy. So we hang out a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, trash is going to come up, and lightening your load with trash and doing things a little bit differently. That's going to be part of the conversation today. So, Ben, are you a big trash producer on and off the trail?
Not on the trail. I think I do a pretty good job not leaving trash behind.
I'm not saying leaving. I'm just saying like you just, you get to the end of the trip, you got your bag of trash. Is there a lot of trash?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's the, Peak refills, Mountain House bags, all the wrappers from the, gushers I eat and fruit by the foot.
4-day trip.
Yeah.
4-day trip. How much is your trash weigh, would you estimate?
Oh, I wouldn't. A pound, maybe? I don't know.
Think a pound still?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think a pound. I don't know. How about you?
Gotcha.
You're ultralighter.
Yeah, I'm shooting for under 6 ounces, I'd say. 6 ounces or less.
Do you weigh your trash every time or not?
No, but now that I'm asking the question, I might. So
Yeah, I think we should. I think that's could be the next challenge after the trip. Is who has the most trash.
Trash weight, for
Yeah.
sure. So that's one way to... I mean, it's like useless weight, right? Like once you're done with whatever it is,
Yeah.
useless weight. So that's an easy way to shed weight. There you go. All right. So we have Alisha McDarris from Terradrift on our show. She's the first guest to actually take us up on a video suggestion. For years, I've been like, hey, Dan Becker. Hey, Justin Outdoors. Hey, Steven from My Life Outdoors. Like, we got 3 suggestions for you. And then I throw out some ridiculous video ideas. Every once in a while, it kind of piques their interest, but she's the first one who actually make a video based on her suggestion. So you're going to find that she's going to reveal that in our conversation. All right. So that's kind of what we have coming up.
Yeah.
Then you get the Bible verse.
I do. 1 Peter 4:10. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. So, Carl, what's your gift?
Like spiritual gift you talking about?
No, just your gift. What do you think it is to mankind?
This podcast. You're welcome, everybody. No, I don't think that at all, actually. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can tell you what it's not. It's not wisdom. It's not spiritual wisdom. I think I know how to handle the situation, folks. And then I put something else out, and then somebody who's wiser than me is like, actually, you might want to reconsider that, and here's a 10 times better idea. So that's not that.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I think of is you gave Alisha this great idea, and what if she gets like this is the biggest video she's ever done?
I mean, I'm not saying like I'm 0% success with suggestions. Like I'm probably I don't know. I feel like somebody who's like blessed with wisdom is pretty high success rate with what they're suggesting, right? Like I've got a buddy who like I can be like, hey, I have a problem. Can you? And like I'll only tell him part of the story because like the rest of the part's kind of embarrassing for me. And I don't want to reveal it. And he'll like sift through it and be like, wait, there's got to be more to the story. What are you not telling me? And then I like end up, like he can sift through that stuff, right? So his percent is pretty high. But for me, if you just look at like my general like ideas, I'd say I'm probably like 50%, which is an F, right?
Is that good? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know for ideas. Like, I watch a lot of like The Prophet or Shark Tank, or they got the new show On Brand, and they're all pitching ideas. And everyone that pitches ideas, I'm like, most of the time it's like, oh, this is a good idea.
On Shark Tank, really? Like, there's so many
Well,
terrible
not
ideas
Shark
there.
Tank. I mean, the hummingbird feeder that fits on your mouth or your face, whatever.
No, that's the one where you wear the hummingbird feeder and then the hummingbirds come to you. That was actually developed by somebody in Colorado. Yeah. I actually like that one.
I saw through it.
It's silly, but I like it.
I watched On Brand, and they're like marketing to Dunkin' Donuts, and everyone, I was like, that's really good. That's really good. And then the CEO was like, this is not good. Here's why. And it was like quick. And I'm like, I don't have the brains to do that, to like look at something and be like, this is why it's not.
You can get caught up in the moment, especially if they're like, we are so profitable. Look at all of our numbers here. You're like, oh, this actually is a really good company. But if you're just watching on your couch, you're like, yeah, like they're profitable now, but this is still a terrible idea, right? You can,
right.
So
I don't know. It was good. Like the CEO was like, he was showing them why they were bad ideas, and that's why I was like, well, I thought they were all good ideas.
You had like a Bible verse. Now we're talking about Shark Tank. Like, I feel like you just watched an episode and it's like fresh in your mind. You're like, let's actually just talk about Shark Tank.
Well, because I was thinking about Brand, like Alisha, you know, she took one of your ideas and ran with it. It was good, and I couldn't tell.
We don't know if it's good. We have to see if the video gets good hits.
Right.
So we're gonna have it linked in our show description. So maybe people might check it out and help it out. But we'll find out. So let's get to it, man.
Yeah.
Here we go. Alisha McDarris. With us today is the host of the very popular Terradrift YouTube channel, Alisha McDarris. How's it going today?
Oh, it's going so well. The sun is shining. The trails are hero dirt for mountain biking because it just rained like 2 days ago. So all is well.
Hero dirt. I don't think I've heard that phrase before. Okay.
Yeah. You put out some videos on correct pronunciations of some project. I can't even say that. Products. Please enlighten us. How do you say Teva and Morel correctly?
Not the way you just did it. No.
Yeah.
So it is Teva.
Okay, it is.
Teva, the sandal brand. Yeah. It's an Israeli word, I believe.
Israeli?
Israeli.
Oh, Israeli. Yeah. Okay.
Israeli.
Yeah, I think so.
Wait a minute. It's an Israeli brand? I don't think I knew that.
I don't. That's not where they're based. But that's the word they chose was in.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But doesn't Teva sound better than Teva?
Yes.
Okay. I say Merrill. Ben says Morel. Is either correct?
Yeah. It is Merrill. Yeah.
Merrill.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
It feels weird to say that though.
To be honest, the most controversial one, I don't know if you've done a video on this one, but the most controversial one that people have a really hard time with is CNOC.
Ah, yes. Canuck.
Okay. So we have somebody who's from the company that listens to our show, and then that's how he told me. And then we had a guest on who pronounced it the correct way, and we had like people raging mad in the comments about that. It's not pronounced that way. It's CNOC.
That sounds about right.
But I think in the end, I feel like in the end, it's not a consumer issue. I think it's a company issue. I think if you are making a brand, if you're branding yourself and the word is hard to pronounce or it's confusing, I think that's a bad idea.
I mean, I think at least you need to have like a pronunciation guide pretty front and center. I mean, like the brand Wassail, which is I'm new to it. I don't really know much about it, but I learned a little bit about it recently, and I was like, how the heck do you pronounce that? Because it's like OISSEL or something. And I was like, what the heck? They have a whole article on their website about how to pronounce it.
An article, not a guide, just like
like a blog post about where the name came from and how to pronounce it and all that stuff. And I was like, that's very helpful.
Has anybody messed up Terradrift as your brand?
I don't think so. I don't think I've heard any crazy pronunciations.
Yeah, we've got things like butt packing and bushes. So I think that's the worst one we have.
Sure.
Nice. I mean, how would you pronounce Nike when it first came out, that call? Would you have been Nike?
Yeah. That's before my time. So Nike was pretty well established. But all right. So the reason why we got you on, I'm really excited to talk about this, is last year we gave you 3 suggestions for videos that you could produce. And we've done this, I've probably done this, I don't know, like 5 to 10 times with YouTubers over the years. And sometimes they're actually like, it's not a bad idea. But you actually made a video from one of our ideas. So I'm going to give the rundown of the 3 that I gave you, and then you can do the reveal on which one you picked. So your choices were A, we let strangers pack our gear and food. How did it go? B, how to backpack with zero plastic, or C, when to pet wild animals you encounter? I'm really hoping for C. C.
Yeah.
Honestly, all great ideas. And I remember liking A as well. I was like, that would be a really funny video. Maybe let's do.
That sounds like a collab.
Yeah.
Like you pack my backpack and I do yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I get that's still on the radar. Never say never. You know what? We've also tossed around the idea of doing C because
what?
That
well, I mean, it's just lizards and stuff, Carl. I don't think she's going
No,
after the big moose and geese.
I've pet a deer before, folks, so I think that there's other options out there. Yeah.
It's okay. That's nothing. I've done sea turtles, Carl, so it's okay.
But we did pick B. I backpacked.
B, zero plastic. Yep. Give us the setup. So when we say zero plastic, what does that mean?
So what I did was zero waste plastic.
Okay.
So meaning I eliminated everything from my backpacking kit that was single-use plastic. So
which is a lot, I imagine.
Yeah, which is a lot, right? Because backpackers, we don't have refrigeration. We're eating on the go. We're doing single-serve meals. So our meals are in single-use plastic bags. Our snacks are all in single-use, nut.
Because there's plastic
packages.
on those freeze-dried meal things. You're saying, right?
Yeah. Those are mostly plastic.
Wow.
You might pack even if you buy bulk nuts. Yeah. You probably are. A larger bag of nuts, you probably bought them in a plastic bag. Zip top bags if you're organizing things. Electrolyte packets, instant coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, instant coffee. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No one does instant coffee. We do the fancy stuff here.
Oh, nice. Well done. I do the fancy instant coffee.
Oh, you're missing out.
Because I'm an ultralighter and I don't want everything is in single-use plastic. And when I really got down to it, I was like, holy cow, if I'm really going for it, it's also, spices and seasonings. What were those packaged in when I bought them?
Oh, you're counting things not even that you're bringing on the trail, but just even how you purchased in the first place?
Yeah. I went full send.
Okay.
Wow. So did you get the basil plants and got your own plant and had to crush up your herbs beforehand? Yeah.
I didn't go that far for the I didn't make my own meals for this one.
Okay.
But we might get to that in a minute. But yeah, I even went personal care items, sunscreen, zero plastic, lip balm, lotion. My hand sanitizer was in plastic, but I've had this little tiny plastic bottle for years now, and I just keep refilling it from bigger bottles.
Yeah, it's not if you're reusing it, it's not single use, obviously.
So, and there are certain things that that's fine, but how I hydrated the water bottles that I used and stuff like that. I didn't use smart water bottles or anything intended to be single use. I eliminated, which was I went deep.
Yeah. Ben, do you have any predictions about how, what she uses alternatives?
Yeah, the only thing that comes to mind is she did canning jars and fit everything into canning jars.
Like glass jars you're talking about?
Yeah, she had a ton of canning jars and probably had to have a donkey to carry all her extra gear.
Can you imagine those clanking around in the pack?
Oh, everyone would be so annoyed coming down the trail. And here's Alisha with the donkey and the packs are just jiggling. And so her weight was probably 200-pound packs now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually weighed twice as much as me,
I'm guessing. So, okay, my two guesses would be some sort of Tupperware and then maybe instead of a water bottle, use some sort of a canteen with fringe on the end of it, to have kind of some sort of Native American style.
What a missed opportunity.
Okay.
There. Fringe. What? Backpacking needs more fringe.
Definitely.
That's true. I don't know. My pack frays anyway, so I think it's natural fringe.
Natural fringe. There you go.
All right. Give us some of your secrets. How did you get around this stuff?
I think the biggest difficulty going zero waste with backpacking is food and drink, right? Because everything is packaged in single-use plastic packaging that, technically, some of it can be recycled, but you have to either have a buy one of those boxes from TerraCycle or something that you can throw everything into. But they're kind of like it's an investment to get one of those boxes to be able to recycle all that stuff. Sure. And there are some stores, I think REI still does it, where you can take your like snack packaging and deposit it in like a little box they have there, and it'll get recycled. But that's a big extra step for people to take. A lot of people aren't going to do that extra step of having to go somewhere or invest actual money into that. So I don't actually count that sort of stuff as recyclable because it's not easily recyclable. So for food, there are actually brands out there that package backpacking, like freeze-dried, dehydrated meals in compostable or biodegradable bags. Is awesome. Because
do you know one of those companies offhand?
Yeah, Farm to Summit is the biggest one.
That's Durango, Colorado, folks, right there.
And they make a wide variety of things. I want to say all of theirs are vegan, and most of them are gluten-free, maybe. Sure. So everybody can eat them, right? And a lot of them are really good.
I'm a meat eater, so I can't eat them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Just throwing it out there.
She threw that comment out, tempting you to respond to get a reaction out of you, and she won.
She's like, everybody can eat it. Like, no. Okay. Sorry, continue.
Except for Ben, apparently, who refuses.
Yeah.
But yeah, they make a wide variety of meals, and they're in compostable packaging. And like it's packaging, I believe, that you can either burn safely, like in a backyard fire pit or something, or you can throw in your backyard compost, which is big. Like you don't have to put it in a curbside bin, for like a curbside compost, which my city doesn't have anyway.
What about a cat hole compost out in the backcountry? Is that controversial? I think it is.
It's probably not ideal. I imagine that would not break down very fast.
Okay.
And probably end up getting dug up because it smells like food still.
Right, that's true.
Like compost has to have all of the, the anaerobic environment or whatever, and have things to help break it down.
Coffee grounds. If you do normal coffee, you put the coffee grounds in there.
Yes, you can do that.
Ben's like, what else can I dump out of the bag?
What else can I put in this cat?
Quite the concoction after we're done here.
I mean, your last day, you don't need the straw in your pillow. You can dump that in there too, guys. Come on.
The straw in your pillow.
Do you sleep okay out in the backcountry?
Yeah.
He's got mice running around his pillow still.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, so I guess tip number one or strategy number one is to buy compostable / biodegradable freeze-dried meal bags, such as Farm to Summit. That's a really good one. It's a really
easy one because, like I've spent a lot of time making my own backpacking meals. I'm sure you have as well. It's fine. It's great. But it takes time, right? And energy, and you have to like mix things and measure stuff. And I've spent nights before backpacking trips sitting on my kitchen floor with like measuring cups and stasher bags. And I'm just like mixing ingredients. It's a pain. So it's nice to be able to like have the option to just buy a meal.
For sure.
Snacks and stuff. For this trip, I mostly hit up the bulk section of my local grocery store. Like my supermarket has a baller bulk section. So I can get everything there. So dried fruit, nuts, seeds, pasta, instant rice, peanut butter powder, like all of it.
What did you put it in at the store?
Mostly I use these lightweight reusable like mesh bags that weigh almost nothing.
Wait, you put peanut butter powder into a mesh bag at the grocery store.
I know. I was like, what falls out?
Not the peanut butter powder.
There's a trail of peanut butter powder as you're going to the checkout.
There's literally holes in your story here.
Just getting peanut butter powder. Nobody's allowed to shop there that is allergic to peanut butter because
that's right. Yeah, that's right. People are going to like anaphylactic shock just walking to the store.
Anaphylactic shock.
Right. Oh my God. No, for the for like powders and stuff, I will use those. I don't know if you're a bulk grocery store, if you've been to Whole Foods and ever done like bulk peanut butter, where they usually have those plastic containers. They're really lightweight plastic containers with a lid. I use those, but I then take them home and wash them and save them and have like a stack of them. So they're really lightweight, so they're not adding to the bulk weight.
Oh, okay. To
Because
reuse.
this grocery store may have a great bulk section, but they are not going to like tear the weight of a bag or a jar or something. So I can't do that there.
Wait, so when you go to the checkout, do you ever just kind of like lean into the checker and you're like, FYI, I reuse these. I brought these from home. Any sort of discount involved in reusable plastic containers?
I wish. Unfortunately, the grocery store that has the best bulk section in my area is also like I don't want to call it the discount grocery store, but it's like the budget. Like they don't even take credit cards. You can't pay with a credit card because of the fees involved. So they're trying to like keep costs down.
So you've got these mesh bags, you've got the plastic containers, and then did you just transfer those into your backpack?
Most of the time, for like most of the ingredients, I then transferred them into either lightweight reusable zip top bags. So like I have a bunch of reusable dense plastic bags, or I got some ultralight like Dyneema zipper bags from Hartford Gear. Like I got different sizes, so they'd be big enough for like fruit leather, which I made. That was like another snack option that I did that was zero waste, like fresh fruit, cooked it down, blended it up, turned it into fruit leather with my dehydrator, which you can also use an oven, of course. But I think I ran out of bags. So a couple of my snack bars that I made, like energy bite type things, I wrapped in some vegan wax wraps, like those beeswax wraps.
Oh yeah. We had a guest on that, like, swore by them. I forget who it was, but they liked those.
And why do they have to be vegan? Are there like meaty wax wraps?
Technically speaking, beeswax isn't vegan because an animal made it, or a living thing made the wax.
Wait, if an animal makes something, then it's not vegan. You're saying? So for example, like if an animal digs a hole in the side of the mountain, and makes a cave. That's like not a vegan shelter. Is that correct? You can't use that.
It's like hailing out. Alicia's like, no, I can't go in the cave.
Just give me a brain, John. Never gotten that question before.
Yeah. But welcome to the Backpack Lurchers podcast. Please subscribe to hear weird questions.
Yeah.
I think I would use that cave.
Ooh, so not truly vegan is what you're saying then.
I guess not. I'm a level 4 vegan instead of a level 5.
Okay. Getting back to the snacks. So I was out on a trip with my buddy Derek, the other co-host we have for our podcast, and I think he was trying to avoid some weight in his backpack when we did our pack weigh-in and also have convenient snacks. I don't think he cared about the single-use plastic, but he definitely qualified because he just shoved pretzels and pretzel pieces along with the pretzel dust into his pocket. Is that a strategy you would employ?
Oh my gosh.
I'm not going to say I've never just put snacks directly into my pocket, but I'm a dirty backpacker and my pockets are probably full of dirt.
Okay. For sure. And lint and the sweat that mixes in, it's all part of the food. Like
it's all fiber, guys. It's all fiber. Helps it, you know.
It's true, fiber. I'd probably get a handful of like sand with every bite of pretzel.
Extra crunchy.
But I like that idea. I've done like pocket cookies before where I just stick a cookie in my pocket. It's an option, I guess.
Okay, so I think we covered the snacks, we covered the meals. Is there anything else you want to reveal?
Another fun one I don't know, I think a lot of people haven't thought about is, so I've been converting the last year to my personal care products, like in the bathroom, face wash, toothpaste, lotion, that sort of thing. I've started converting all of that to zero waste just at home, like things packaged in cardboard or metal or glass or whatever. And one of my favorite things about doing that was being able to carry some of it into backpacking, namely toothpaste tablets, which also have the benefit of being ultralight, and you can take exactly as many as you need for the trip. No weight waste, which I love.
Right.
Yeah, but if you spit, isn't that considered waste?
I mean, but it's biodegradable, you know. So.
Oh, okay.
You could add that to your cat hole again.
Yep. Spit it right in the cat hole. Everything else, your coffee, your human waste.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll do an episode on that as like all the things you can legally add to cat holes.
Here you go. Here's what you can. Here's what you can't.
But the idea at home actually sounds hard because if you go down the aisle at the store, the kind of the personal hygiene aisle, all that's down there is plastic containers. Like I can't even think of anything that's not in a plastic container down there. So you'd have to get creative, either buying online or going to some different types of stores to find that stuff, I imagine, right?
Yeah, you really do. Like it's mostly health food stores that you find the stuff. And even then sometimes like I'll go into Whole Foods or something. I'm like, why is there not more cardboard? Like deodorant. You don't need deodorant in plastic. It works perfectly fine in a cardboard tube that you just push up from the bottom.
Or like a metal or glass tube that you can get like a refill on, right? Like, can you please refill my deodorant?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's convenient.
you know, they got the like trail mix that you just push the lever down and it dumps, you know,
deodorant.
bulk.
Yes.
You just go get your deodorant in. Shampoo, deodorant.
Right.
Last time you were on the show, Carl gave you 3 ideas. He's ready to give you 3 more ideas. And when he told me, he's like, "Hey, Alicia stole one of my ideas I gave her, you know, and used it." I was like, "Well, is she coming back on because she ran out of ideas?" So before he gives you the 3 ideas, is there any truth to that you just ran out of ideas and you're picking Carl's brain?
No, there's always a list of ideas. My husband and I have like a Google Doc full of ideas.
We do. That's what we do as well. That's funny.
But I'm always open to new ones.
So are we.
I do want to say though that I did remember as we're talking about it that somebody did do the like the kind of letting somebody pack their own gear. We had Richard from Tasmania made a video. It wasn't a stranger. It was his son, which might be even more risky, who doesn't know as much about backpacking as he does. And so he was definitely missing some things out on the trail, but I thought that it was cool that he tried that one. He's also a YouTuber, but that was he just like listened to the episode and did that. But okay, I got 3 more ideas for you. So the question again is, which one would you most likely be willing to try? Okay. And I tried to pull some inspiration from videos you'd already put out. So that way it might be kind of along those lines. Letter A, the best 0 sandals for camp comfort, style, stream crossings, and price. So 4 criteria. Letter B, I gave a group of strangers on a backpacking trip an unsolicited tutorial on leave no trace guidelines. Letter C, I confronted 3 companies with confusing names and scolded them.
The idea of B gives me anxiety. I've seen, obviously, leave no trace people doing very wrong things before. And I'm like, I wanna say something.
Really?
But like, I don't want to I'm not here to pick a fight on the trail. So I'm kind of a small human. So I'm always like, ooh, I don't know. It depends. You got to read the room first, right? And
like, for sure.
What's the vibe here?
I've seen that, by the way. We've actually experienced letter B. It was on the Timberline Trail, and it was just like, I don't know, a quarter mile in. Some guy who I think was a volunteer for the area was like, "Gather round, folks, step right up. I got to tell you about this stuff." And then he just like starts lecturing about leave no trace guidelines. And I was like looking at him like, "What? We don't have to listen to him. Like we can just keep hiking." But everybody was engaged. And then I thought it was hilarious. So I just stayed. And then I just asked him like, how did you get everybody to listen to you? And one lady mistook my question and thought that I was like really bothered by him. And she's like, "I liked what he had to say." I was like, "Oh, I apologize." And so I'm like, "All right, good job, buddy." And then I kept on going. But I just thought like, it's pretty impressive to be able to like gather people around.
Carl, did you see his name tag? It said fake volunteer. It's part of another podcast.
Fake volunteer. That's right. So, but Alicia, you're a pretty commanding presence and like a pretty confident person. So I thought if anybody else could do it, you could do it. That's the thought behind it anyway.
I do find that I'm pretty like confident and knowledgeable. I'm just afraid of other people.
That's all. Oh
All right.
All right. Let's build you up, Alisha. Me and you are walking. I'm in front of you, and I have my blow pop, and I spit my gum out onto the trail. Is that something that you'd like pick up, or would you just like?
Yeah, how do you respond to that situation? He spits his gum out on the trail. It's disgusting.
I don't know. If I was feeling really bold, I might be like, "Oh, sir, you dropped your gum."
Which is passive, but communicative. Maybe passive aggressive. If we're being honest here.
Sir, please.
Sir, you dropped your gum? Did you mean to do that? So sorry.
Yeah, it lost its flavor. I spit it out.
Like, oh, do you have a trash bag?
Oh, I'm going zero plastic. No.
This is a very uncomfortable conversation. I'm like nervous, even though I know this isn't actually happening.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm.
Okay.
But
all right. So B is out. So you got the sandals, or you got scolding the companies.
I think scolding the companies would be very funny.
Yeah, you got to record it, right?
Yeah, you'd have to record it. But I think A would be the easiest one for us to do, because I have a veritable arsenal of barefoot shoes, sandals specifically, in my closet at all times.
We look forward to that episode in a year.
Great. Excellent.
If you want to throw any ideas our way, we're always open to good ideas.
That's right. And next time you're on, you can challenge us. That's actually that'd be fair. Okay, it's time for our lightning round. So this is your first time. I think we started our lightning round right after you were on, and so you've got 1 minute to answer as many questions as you can.
Oh boy.
Average is about 8. Some people get a little less. Some people get a little more. But if you can beat 8, you're doing really well.
All right.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. The timer starts once Ben asks his first question.
Okay.
Weirdest creature you've ever seen?
Scorpions are pretty weird.
Hot Pockets, pizza rolls, or raw spinach?
Raw spinach.
Oh. Trail mix with M&Ms or not?
If they're vegan M&Ms, yes.
Your favorite piece of gear that has plastic?
Ooh, my Alpenblow Ultralight pad inflator.
Last time you fell down the stairs?
Up and never. I don't know. But 2 years ago.
Mustaches are?
Should be worn minimally.
And time.
I would like to apologize for the question. Last time you fell down the stairs. That's probably our worst question we've ever asked in the lightning round.
I think you asked it, actually, didn't you? I think you asked it. You asked something like close to that.
What if she's never fallen down the stairs? What if she doesn't even have stairs?
I don't remember the last time. I mean, it's happened, but I don't remember when it was.
Like if you'd have to take a big step because you skip a stair, but like falling down the stairs, you die doing that.
I suppose so.
I guess it's been a while for me too. Carl, for you?
Probably when I was a kid, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I've been a pretty good walker since I've been learning. So
that's impressive. Well, okay, if you carry something down the stairs where it's so big you can't see where your feet are going, that could cause a fall right there.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Is there any takeaways from anything she said? Anything that?
The scorpions I disagree with, but whatever.
I don't know. It's the first thing. You know what? They are crazy because they glow under a black light.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Which is pretty freaky.
Yeah.
And weird.
Yeah.
But if given more time, I'd probably pick a different answer.
And I think the raw spinach was just a layup, Carl, because obviously she's not going to go for the meat stuff and pizza rolls.
I know. It was more of a play.
I know. I always ask
you're re-asking that question over and over and over and over again during the lightning round, and I just was adding a little twist to it. So.
Well, because I'm always curious, what do people like more? But whatever.
Well, yeah, and there's a lot of people that don't eat either one of those. It's kind of like the stairs question. Anyway. All right. My takeaway was I actually have kind of a further thought. So is Alpenglow, that's the brand that you mentioned about the pad inflator?
Yeah, Alpenglow.
Okay. All right. So we actually mentioned them in a previous episode as somebody who's kind of on the cusp of making a lot of their gear using 3D printing.
Mm-hmm.
And they reached out to us on that episode and basically said, incorrect. We make our prototypes with 3D printing, but all their ultralight stuff with the fuel transfer stuff, which, you can transfer from one fuel canister to the other, that wouldn't hold up with the material you use 3D printing. So they actually use whatever materials they actually use, but they're not 3D printed. So I had to clarify that. So you gave me the platform to do that. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Yeah, I think some of it's molded.
He feels better. Look at that weight off his chest right now.
I feel better because I don't like providing false information. Or if it's false information, it better be a good story.
At least be entertaining.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
At least be entertaining. You've been an inspiration in this episode in many ways. So thank you for being willing to try one of our ideas and then just kind of go all in on it. So besides this video that you got out now, what else can we look forward to on the Terradrift YouTube channel?
More sustainability stuff, more barefoot shoes. That's kind of our jam, like minimalist, sustainable, outdoorsy. So there's definitely going to be some of that geared toward, snow and winter activities, hiking, and maybe some fat biking, maybe some snowboarding, and like how to make better, more responsible, more sustainable decisions with gear and outdoor recreation.
That is your home for all those things. Alisha, thank you so much for taking the time to join the show. It's a pleasure and honor to hang out with you. And like I said, I'm excited to check out your video.
Yeah, so awesome, Alisha.
Thanks for having me.
Are you tired of supporting outdoor brands that scour the globe, exploiting the most destitute people and the laxest environmental laws, putting profit above absolutely everything? No longer do you have to add fuel to the environment and social dumpster fire to get the best quality gear for your next hike. Introducing Magnet Designs. Through hiker design, tested, built, and owned. Everything they sell has been tested, tweaked, and punished along long trails all over the world. Check out their best-selling product, the Bend Alpha 90 hoodie. Made in Bend, Oregon, using USA-made from recycled material, PolarTech Alpha Direct fabric, ultralight, compressible, hydrophobic, breathable, quick-drying, and stylish. Weighing just 4.5 ounces in a men's medium. Put your ethical quagmire to bed when you support Magnet Designs. Be confident you are getting the most vetted products for what we do, with the smallest possible environmental footprint. Designed on the trail, built for trail life, handmade to order in Bend, Oregon. Visit magnetdesigns.com with no E in the design.
Couples who cook together don't always eat together.
And couples who build furniture together sometimes need separate rooms after.
Here's the thing. Therapy isn't just for when your relationship's in trouble. Regain Couples Therapy by BetterHelp helps you keep the little stuff, like burnt pasta or wobbly bookshelves, from becoming big stuff. Connect with a licensed therapist online, anytime, anywhere, together.
Visit regain.com. Better relationships start here.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, October 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
All right, so we build this as like a controversial episode. It says, I think our working title is a controversial new ultralight strategy. I made the episode title before really knowing how she did things. Is this correct?
I think it will be. Zero plastic is tough, as she explained, to go all out. And she even went to grocery stores and was trying to use zero plastic that way. That's a lot of effort. I don't have that much effort to go or I guess care. I probably should care more, but to go zero plastic, aren't you adding stuff or having to reuse stuff, thinking about it, rather than just taking, going backpacking to go backpacking and having fun? Does that take the fun out of it, do you think, for you to have to think about all that?
I don't know. Well, here's why I think it hit. Why I think we hit the nail on the head is because it's because of what we're talking. We're kind of joking about it, but if you're pouring things into a cat hole, or basically the idea is that you're getting rid of things while you're out there, then you're going ultralight. But not everybody thinks that's wise or that fits the leave no trace criteria. So even if you're taking something that's made out of paper, the freeze-dried meal she's talking about, and you throw that in your campfire, it's still, the ashes are there, right? You're leaving the trace. So that's why it could be controversial. Pouring coffee grounds and burying them, that's not leave no trace. So, but it's biodegradable. So that's why it's controversial, right?
Well, it's supposed to be helpful, actually, more helpful to the environment.
Yeah, theoretically, but people are I don't know. We're going to get comments about that. So people,
I hope we do. I want to hear what people, because Starbucks, they give away their coffee grounds for your gardens. So
yeah, but we're not. When we go backpacking, we're not making gardens out there. We're just, we're trying to just enjoy the outdoors. Not like, I wonder what's going to grow in my cat hole a year from now. I'll come back and visit. Like, we're not putting seeds down, right?
Yeah. Right.
Although maybe we should.
Is that your next thing? You're going to start bringing seeds?
Some pine cones to see if we have like a little baby pine tree.
Yeah. But I mean, how like I made the joke about like spitting out toothpaste, but like sunflower seeds.
Dude, the spitting out toothpaste, like you might be right about that. Even if it's biodegradable, people might be bothered by that for sure.
Well, and that's what I mean is sunflower seeds. Like, do you have to get the seeds only rather than the shell because you're spitting out the shells on the trail?
Yeah.
So like, is that something that's like going to be an issue to some people?
Yeah, definitely. Because it's also like an eyesore if you see sunflower seeds.
Oh,
trail,
yeah.
Right? You don't want to see that.
Yeah.
So, we talked about throwing like orange peels or banana peels like into the forest.
Yeah.
And like where nobody's going to see them, and people still were like, and that was like I don't know. We debated that a few years ago, and people had a hard time with that. So I'm not saying we do it. I'm not saying we don't. I'm just saying that people have a hard time. So
yeah.
Any other takeaways from the conversation?
No, I think we covered everything. I mean, it was a fun episode and everything was good. I'm excited to see if anyone has any thoughts. I hope they reach out to us about this episode because I think it will have a lot of different viewpoints on what is considered ultralight and where is kind of ridiculous. Like, I was surprised she didn't bring up like seaweed wraps, instead of like the beeswax. Like, she could have used seaweed and then ate the seaweed, or I guess maybe that's biodegradable. I don't know, but yeah. So it'll be interesting to see where everyone's at with this.
Well, what do you guys think? Is there any other ideas you would have, or are you just kind of like resolved to just having the plastic kind of in your Ziploc bag, which is also, I don't know. I reuse my Ziploc bag, so I'll have like my Ziploc bag's my food bag one trip, and then it's like the trash bag the next trip, or maybe I'll make it food bag for multiple trips. But anyway, okay. So thanks to Alisha for coming on the show. I got a couple tidbits. So I've got a couple reactions to some recent episodes. All right, first one, again, was like the Lloyd Vogel episode. We got a lot of reactions to that one. He's the CEO for Garage Grown Gear. I think I already mentioned that. And I ran some ideas by him. One of the ideas I ran by him was winterized Crocs.
Don't they make those?
You fill in the holes, and then you add like studs, like that you'd have for winter tires. So first of all, what do you think of that idea?
I thought, when you said it, I thought they already made them because don't they make ones that are like kind of fleece on the inside? So all you're doing is adding.
People think that's winterized. No, those are horrible because they're a little bit warmer, but the holes are still there. Yeah. So if you like walk in the snow or whatever, it's like they're going to soak through. Yeah. And then they don't add any grip on the bottom.
Yeah. So I think the studs is probably what makes it more winterized, and I think that's a good idea. I mean, unless you're going out like really thick snow. I don't wear Crocs, but I'm sure people do. They're popular.
We had two people respond with pictures.
Oh.
So Richard from Tasmania and Brian from Ohio, they sent me pictures of their version of winterized Crocs. They didn't fill in the holes, but they attached like some form of micro spikes to the bottom of their Crocs. So apparently it's not a new invention. Yeah. I wasn't the first person to think of it, so kudos to those guys. Last one I got is... I talked about this controversial idea, and I've talked about this for years, but I haven't done it, which is going on a backpacking trip and bringing zero food, where I've got to go and basically beg for food from other people on the trip.
Okay.
But I'm doing so not like as a mooch, but I'm also helping other people reduce their pack weight. So I'm not talking about people that I'm going with. I'm talking about people I've got to go like encounter strangers while they're backpacking. Maybe they're on their way out. Maybe it's like day 2 or day 3, and they're like, I brought way too much food. And I just simply eat the overpacked food of others. So that was first. Do you like that idea or no?
I feel like you kind of already do that on the trail within the group.
That's not very nice. No, I don't. We had 2 dudes that didn't quite have enough food, and I helped them get some more food by like bringing it up as part of like our group camp time. But I didn't.
No, I
wasn't actively begging.
That looks good. Can I have some?
So somebody said, where would be a great place to do this is on Denali, the highest mountain in Alaska.
Yeah.
Because there's people that are like bailing on that mountain all the time. Like they get, sick, mountain sickness, altitude sickness, whatever. And so they're constantly bailing and they overpack their food. You could easily get all their food.
Yeah.
And then people that are just trying to lighten their load that realize they overpacked, like they would happily give up their weight so they don't have to carry it higher and higher up the mountain. So that was Rudy Hain Camp on YouTube. Nice. Thanks. Good suggestion, Rudy.
I like that one. I think you should do that one. And I only meant it as a joke because I carry enough food for both of us.
All right. Well, you can try. But that's not. Yeah, but that wouldn't work because if we're going together, I'd have to ask from a stranger as a key.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, how many strangers do you usually see on a trail? So I mean, you might get 1-2 meals. You think you can like get enough for 6 meals?
I mean, if you're talking about like, it depends on the trail you're talking about. If you're talking about like the Timberline Trail, then you're going to see enough backpackers to fill a small country because there's so many of them out there. But yeah, if you're going remote, then that's not super smart for sure. So, my friend, that's all I got. You got anything else?
Yeah, I think that's a wrap. Just let's take it to the trash now.
It's a wrap to the trash. Have a good weekend. God bless everybody.
Being in a relationship isn't just about loving someone. It's about learning how they need to be loved and making sure you're open to receiving love too, without walls in the way. Couples therapy isn't only for fixing problems. It's about discovering who you are together, protecting your relationship, and making sure you're growing together, not apart. With Regain by BetterHelp, you and your partner can meet with a licensed therapist online, anywhere, anytime. Visit regain.com. Better relationships start here.